HotFacts with Robert-Reese. We got a good one there, y'all. I'm gonna just let it all be known out there. I give two shits about people that's always talking shit. Ones who ain't got nothing to say that's right. The ones that's been coming at me for a long time. And I don't care how I respond. I'm gonna get busy with mine. I've been on the front lines. A lot of these people out there, they watch things and then they want to talk, but they ain't out there on the front lines actually getting into real conversation with the real people out there. Got a whole lot that we gonna get into. I'm gonna let you hear what radicals and racists speak like, and people that say that I'm not like that, but they have the same exact message. We gonna get into people that move into areas and they're upset because they gotta see reality. We gonna get into a lot of that stuff. A whole lot of it. It's about to go down. But before we do, listen to my sound.
Hot Facts with Robert-Reese. With Robert-Reese. Come and get them hot facts 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 with Robert-Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert-Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert-Reese. Hot facts. Robert-Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert-Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert-Reese. News channel. The gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert-Reese. Hot facts with Robert-Reese. Hot facts, hot facts, hot facts.
HotFacts with Robert-Reese here, people. We're on. It's Father's Day, and I got the other camera here while doing these deliveries, while being slaves in America doing these deliveries. I'm going to pass through some of these neighborhoods and some of these intersections, and I'm going to let the real people out there who's protested get on camera also. I'm out here on the front lines. Had some things happen, and was watching a real interesting discussion with Pay Thenewyou.rr and Real Talk with Roy. I also witnessed Real Talk with Roy on another channel where no one over there is educated. That star person, make sure she is never allowed, because all she says is exactly. She don't know how to understand things. And someone said when they just break their ankle, it didn't heal within 24 hours. So you don't need to be anywhere at all. But what is going to be going down right now, I have a few clips here. We are going to be doing things in fair use. We're going to be putting some things on up there, and we go get it in. Now, I'm a person where my kids, are, this is how close things are. They are first hand generation from as the first grandkids who are Mexican, Peruvian, and Italian. Grandparents, immigrants who came here. I interviewed a guy a long time ago who was driving in a fancy car, and he said he was here for 20 years before he became legal because it took that long for it to happen. Live on video. I bring up the real shit, not just saying shit. All right? My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, they came here in the 80s by way of Texas. They were immigrants for a long time before they have to take that test. And they were always going to the consulate and everything. So my wife firsthand is of immigrants. So every comment that you guys make, you're making towards me and my own. We got to also understand this. Pedro Jordan Santiago brought up a few things about the job that Americans will not do. And it was being said that, yes, Americans will do the jobs. Americans will not do the jobs. You know why? Most Americans are not going to do trades. Most of the Hispanics and other people from other countries, they are doing trades. They are mechanics. They are roofers. They are plumbers. They are doing things that we don't have put in place for our own American people that we've been saying, why don't we have that put in place for us? It got put into a conversation. It always brings up the black people. A lot of you guys don't understand that what they did to black people and to women were all in the same. They brought in things to put women and white women on to be able to get onto Section 8 and things like that. And then they said that you cannot get these benefits if the man is around. So they said that keep the husband and the man out of the household, which means that, and I was so disappointed that this was not brought up. If they can get the benefits, but you keep the man out, you are keeping something out of the household that needs to be there. That's what the white man did. They brought in things as big benefits to make people not do certain things, and they put that with inner cities. People from different demographics who are going to say, well, yeah, that's how it's going to be. That also created Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he lays his hat was his home. The white man created that. It was asked by Pedro Jordan Santiago, who created all of these things? And someone said Congress and things. Well, who is on Congress? Who's a part of all of this? You got to think about that. I almost got into fisticuffs with the guy while I am out here on the front lines doing the protesting, speaking because my family helped build the country. Now, someone said it goes back 70 years. No, Martin Luther King died in 1968, G. My mom was born in 1958, so at least for 10 years of her life, she had to witness people in segregation, colored people here, and all that other stuff. She had to see that stuff. My oldest brother will be 52, which means that if you are in your 50s, you are actually one generation away, and then that means that your grandma was right there in the mix. So how are you so far attacked from it? Which means that your great grandparents were there and probably had a good foothold in slavery. People say, well, the North and the South. The North only wanted to abolish slavery because it was a better business opportunity. And even when they did that, they were still working for the same slave masters. Abraham Lincoln had slaves, y'all. Thomas Jefferson had slaves, y'all. Guess who they used as their token back then? Frederick Douglass. A lot of you guys don't realize that the blacks were the Republicans back then. It just switched over time. It's all the same thing. But we are now going to get here to start to realize And whoever wants a real education, the link is inside of my community post. It's also pinned up here. But we go first get into a few things that happened to me over the weekend. I had to encounter a white lady who moved into an area that they are trying to gentrify. And she says because she's been here since December. People, that's only like 6 months. That she's saying that it's all terrible. Why are they doing this? Well, why did you want to move into where they're trying to make it to where you want to be? You got to deal with the folks that's there. What about the Arabs, the Arabics? What about the Asians? I can go to Irvine right now and see all the Asians out there getting it in. I'll put up videos about people here being slaves, doing the job. Yo, yeah. We in the building, protesters right there. Now we going this way. Once I'll be able to get to a light, I'll put them on camera. A lot of you guys is up there driving down in Florida talking about no king. Look at all these idiots. We about to get into some stuff right now. Let's get into some stuff right now. I want to get into someone who, let's get into the conversation with the white lady who moved into an area and she said my place was spray painted up, my apartment building, because she moved there and that should not happen. Let's watch this.
Service.
I've been here, Sports Target.
Oh, yeah.
That is not peaceful protest going out.
Well,
I understand both sides. I see three different languages. What occurred here yesterday, we're not from this town. We intentionally showed up. And I saw it firsthand.
oh yeah. I mean, it happens. I was around during the Rodney King riots.
Exactly.
The same thing happened.
To go through, going up to local businesses that are already struggling after what occurred, and you see the tagging that's occurring, even though the city's got resources to remove the roof removal.
Let me ask you this though. How do you feel about children being taken away from their graduations?
I have issues with that completely. But to go through, here's videos from my apartment, firsthand last night.
Yeah, and these apartments are.
This is next to my local coffee shop.
Right.
How is that peaceful protesting?
Right.
Going through and saying what it is. No, these are infrastructure. This is supporting the community.
Right. Now, a lot of these places, they're gentrified now. So a lot of these people are.
You're saying because I moved in here in December, I'm now part of the problem?
No. I'm not saying you're part of the problem. Things that happen in the inner city, now you're going to be a part of and witness it.
I get it.
Oh yeah.
No, when I saw the Black Hawk helicopter come out, I've got videos of all of it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying to go through and to attack the businesses that are supporting the community, where a lot of these businesses have been here for so long.
Yeah, a long time. It's terrible that happens.
Exactly. To go through and to see, I mean, there was a group of teenagers who went down with the sign and said, that's what they want us to do. They want us to be divided. And a couple teenagers to go through to be able to
you got to look at it politically also. They're going to say, look at who's doing a lot of the damage, and they're going to say that that's why we need to take them out.
I talked to this group of teenagers who went there. I said, you're like, good for you guys for standing there peacefully, just standing there with your signs. One of the kids went to high school where the kid was snapped at a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is firsthand. The kids who are here, the people who are here who peacefully protesting, who care about this community. But people going through and doing what they've done and damaging the local infrastructure. That's a whole nother, it's heartbreaking to see, because they're attacking it firsthand.
Now here downtown, the homeless encampments have been here for a long time, and they do nothing about them being out there to try to find homes. But as soon as something with ICE happens, they go ahead and try to. Now, if you look, majority of the crews who are cleaning it up are Hispanic.
Well, there's an entire, the city of Santa Ana has an entire team for graffiti removal.
Mm-hmm.
They're specifically contracted out. The my city of Santa Ana app is specifically report. They come out, they're an awesome group. I know all of them personally because I've gone through and said thanks for your work. Because now there's a huge tagging problem with gangs that are infiltrating over right off of 4th Street and 5th Street.
They've been here.
YG7 has not been here. There are specific taggings.
These gangs have been here since the 70s and 80s.
YG7 has not.
Okay, if you go on Google Gangs Maps and look at Santa Ana, it's just like LA.
I volunteered for the Tustin gang unit. I know this topic way too well. So when I've lived here since December and I see new taggings, especially after the boy was stabbed and died.
Well, the Tustin gang unit off of Williams and stuff, that's kind of going in, so it's Santa Ana it is, but.
I'm just saying, I'm familiar with the topic because of that. But regardless, it's.
But they've been here for a long time. All these gangs. Oh,
some of them.
We're right around where 5th Street gang is at, right here.
But if you go over off of Bush Street.
Have you been injured in a car accident recently?
Off of Bush Street. I call it the cat lot.
Mm-hmm.
Head that way. You see that they have new tagging.
Well, there's tagging crews and things like that before they turn in to those major gangs.
But this tagging crew is newly popped up and they're directly linked to a new gang that's populated after the stabbing that's occurred. Again, I know too much about this topic. It's absolutely
you may, but a lot of these new gangs are just branching off from the gangs that are already there. So when people when people move into an area, and they don't really know that they're moving into an area that that is predominantly a gang area, they get upset. And you know, now they're a part of what history is. Some of them don't like it. It is what it is. In order for change to happen, some serious things need to happen. And that sucks on how that is, but that's just the way it is. Some things will never change.
Now we got this idiot right here saying, how did people who lived in mud huts help build America? Well, different styles of homes being made from Native Americans and going all around the world. People were able to insulate and do a whole lot of things. People say, well, look at the blacks were actually selling slaves to the white man. They were selling slaves, yeah. But you got to also understand this. When it came time for them, when they did war, when one village defeated another village, they took them as captive, and they had to fight under them. And the ones that they did not want, they were trading with other blacks. That's how it was back in the day. So when someone comes with guns and everything else like that to help you win, that's what they did with Shaka Zulu, man. They came in with guns and everything because he was strategic. He wasn't out there fighting the white man, would stand up and stand in front of each other 10 feet away and shoot a gun. No, it was strategic. They had to stop that. The same way they did with the Native Americans, the Indians. Same way. But slavery has been going on since the beginning of time. Moses was held captive. Moses had to free the children of Israel. All them people were slaves, indentured servants, raising kids from the pharaohs and them, raising their kids up so that they can be productive citizens in that time in which they were. They brought over blacks over here because they said they get too big and buff and get swole real fast. Let's use them to help build and pull this and pick that and do all that other stuff. They have to kill 1 million buffalo to stop the Indians from having things to cover them. They have to kill their food supply. But what they got from them was learning how to crop and everything because they were trying to figure out, well, how can we share the peace pipe? Same thing with the Mexicans, the natives here. You guys don't understand that, and you guys don't get that. And a lot of you guys say, well, shoot, you know, you're taking our jobs and everything else. And then when you do make money because you have family in other countries, you're not allowed to, hey, give a gift card to your family out there. Hey, who's the U.S. dollar is not even the greatest dollar on the planet. But whoever puts a number on someone's currency, it is what it is. But you got the Asians that do it, the Arabs that do it. I can go to Little India. I can go to Little Persia right now. That is what you are going to see. They send money back. They help those people come over here. That's why they are taking most of the doctor jobs, the brain surgeons and all that other stuff. They're doing all of that. You guys go look at what a black person has brought to the contribution of the whole world, not just the United States. Whenever I play Jane Elliott, a lot of you guys get mad because she keeps it way real, 4 years in a donkey. She keeps it way real. I've been going off on the same black dude who does all the wrong stuff that they want him to do. The dude's been throwing shots at me for a long time, and when I finally have enough and let him know exactly how I feel about his ass, people get mad about it. It is what it is, and he ain't gonna do shit about it. He just gonna take them words and know that I mean every single last one of them. I'm gonna let you guys. This person, Sam Lee, says a lot of Mexicans don't have goals to make it out of the hood, but want to bring gangs and crime to affordable suburbs. You can say that about any Sam. You live in Moreno Valley, Sam. That's where a lot of skinheads are. A lot of Klan members are. They are in the suburbs. They're out there shooting their guns, riding their bikes, and calling us the N-word and and saluting. That's what they're out there doing. A lot of your Asian spots out there, sadly, are fish places that sell fried fish because they know the black people will go eat it. They own the spots inside of the swap meets. You go to all areas, almost every auto shop, you want to get your roof in, you want to get your landscaping done. Look at how many crews. You don't see white crews out there. You barely see white mechanics out there. You see Hispanic mechanics. When I say Hispanic, people quit saying, look, Spain is in Spain. They didn't speak Spanish in Mexico first. Spain is in Europe. White male influence. And I know y'all don't want to do geography on that. All the roofing, all the people that have an actual trade, the people that have an actual trade, a skill that you have to go to school for to learn that trade. The Hispanics and the Arabs and the Chinese and all of them, they do those. I can go to Chinatown, Koreatown. I can take you to Little Cambodia, to Long Beach right now. They got their own little gangs around there. You know why? Because they have to protect themselves from the other groups who was trying to take them out. You got the Samoan people. You got the Islanders. They all got their own shops and everything. People always say, well, why can't the blacks do it if everybody else has it? But when you see that they have it, now you want to talk about it so wrong. How is it wrong? Well, it's only wrong if Hispanics have it because there's a lot of them. That's racist right there. That's racist right there. Racist statements. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm sitting there listening to Pedro. All right. I want you guys to listen to this first. I want you guys to listen to this first. Let's listen to the racist who I almost got into it with to throw blows with because I'm on the front line. I ain't no poser. Let's listen to his attitude and then let's listen to a conversation that happened last night. Watch this.
My thing is this, for public relations, why would you not?
Go talk to your father. Establish a relationship with your father. Work on yourself.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
But the public relations...
Well, that's true. You need to talk to your father. Talk to your father. Your problem's not with me. Your problem's with your father. Your problem's with your father.
Oh, wow.
Your problem's with your father.
My problem is with you kids.
And it's fine, guys. Look, I know it makes sense. Look, in Mexico, they have a thing. It's called the Chingon, right? You stand with strength. You stand with pride for your country. Every Mexican man would do that. We're doing the same. So I know it probably makes you upset, but you're benefiting from taking advantage of our system. We're done with it. We're done. We're tired of it.
You're not standing for your country.
I am standing for my country.
You're standing for racism. You're standing for hate. And I bet you call yourself a Christian, don't you?
Okay, I'm Roman Catholic, actually, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you believe
Yeah, I'm Roman Catholic.
that Jesus is God's love. You believe that
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
not.
is God's love.
Do you go to church on Sunday? Do you go to confession? Yeah, I do. I go to confession. I go to church. And I don't really think I'm not going to play with false morality.
No, it's not false morality.
I am Roman Catholic.
So you think it's false morality because you don't have it.
So here's where we're at, guys.
Well, why are you just speaking about...
What are you saying? I'm trying to understand you. What are you saying? Yeah. I mean, no, we don't have to separate. We can all leave.
Walking across the grass,
We can all leave. We don't need to separate families. You can all leave. We don't need to separate families. You can all leave.
Big question here.
No, it's okay. My family's been in this country for over 300 years. I have 199 people who have my mom's surname who fought in the Civil War. Can you say their names? No. Actually, here's the thing too.
Well, my real last name ain't Reese.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, no, but you're focusing on you're focusing on Mexicans, but there's many other races nationalities also. No, you're making a point, so you're racist.
This is Mexican land. So let's review the history, guys.
They're native to this American land. They're native to this land.
Let me make this point.
No, they're native to this land.
And he took
they're
the
native
from
to
the
this
Mexica,
land.
who were a cannibalistic, savage tribe that sacrificed people.
You guys killed a million buffaloes such as the
Tlaxcalans and many other native tribes to get rid of the Mexica. And then once he took over, they ruled Spain. Spain ruled Mexico for 300 years until the revolution in 1810 with Miguel Hidalgo. Who knows that, right? The Grito of Dolores.
Who was here before your family was
So
here?
yeah, anyways.
Who was here before your family was here?
Talk about the history.
Who was here
Mexico
before your
owned
family
the
was here?
Southwest for a brief period of 20 years, and the only reason why they came into possession is because Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Spain in 1810. That's why. So from 1841 to 1846, you control the country, but this actually has been a part of America much longer, part of European America much longer. Yes, that's what it is. And the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo established that this is a part of the United States of America.
You're going above the decibels that breaks the law right now.
Okay, we'll go tell the police.
I mean, that's no. I'm just saying you're breaking the law at the same
I mean,
time.
you're telling me the decibels, but we have people
You're
in Los
breaking the
Angeles
law.
burning our city down.
You're not in LA. You're not in LA. You're in
You're
Santa
worried
Ana.
about decibels. I'm worried about all the illegals who live here.
There's a whole bunch. You're illegal. You're not from here.
You know what? I am from here.
You're not from here.
My family's been
You're not from here. You're not
Hey,
from
how
here.
you?
You're not
How
from
am I
here.
racist?
You're not.
How are you? Hold on.
You're
Okay, hold on. What is it? Let me ask you this,
You
guys.
rape, pillage, destroy, you conquer, you do all
You
that.
can say that. That's fine. I'm not talking.
No, you guys do
So,
all
let me
that.
ask you this.
The
What
term
is the name
motherfucker
of
came
the
from you guys
largest
making
Hispanic
blacks
advocacy group in
mate
the
with their
country?
parents.
No, La Raza, right? La Raza, right? What does La Raza mean? The race. Oh, so you're calling me a racist, but the largest Hispanic advocacy group is called the race. So you guys organize on your own ethnic and racial interests. Well, there's white Americans who are tired of being replaced, tired of illegal aliens, and we're organizing on our own ethnic interests.
You're
We're
illegal.
vying for President Trump. Yes.
You're illegal here, though.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
guys need that.
You can't come to a land and try to conquer it and claim it as yours. That's not your land.
Have you heard of Louisiana Purchase?
Have I heard of
Have you heard of Louisiana Purchase?
My family's from Louisiana.
So have you heard of Louisiana
My
Purchase?
family's from
You know
Louisiana.
Thomas Jefferson?
Come on, man.
No, do you know
Come
about
on, man.
Louisiana
Come
Purchase?
on, man.
So I'm just telling you.
No,
I'm telling you,
look.
we purchased actually majority of this
You
territory.
purchased it.
We purchased
You killed a million buffaloes to try to take
All
away
right,
another
white
race.
people are bad. We know you guys think that. That's okay.
You guys, okay? Who is you guys?
That's good.
That's another racist
what the
term.
majority of these
No, that's a
protesters-
racist term.
I don't really care.
That's
you
a
guys,
racist
you
term.
protesters, you ruiners
That's a
who are
racist
against,
term.
who are against
That's a
America
racist term.
enforcing laws,
Wow.
who are against America enforcing
Wow.
immigration laws. Yes, so
Wow.
you guys all here, yes.
Wow.
We know you hate
Wow.
white people. We know you hate President Trump. We know that.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you obviously know the
How many blacks have your ancestors raped?
I have my ancestors from the union.
Man, and a lot of them were
So
doing
you're
the same
welcome.
thing.
James Hart, you're welcome.
The union don't mean
You're
that they weren't
welcome.
racist,
You're
you
welcome.
idiot. It was a business opposition,
Didn't
man.
we fight a war where 600,000 white Americans fought to end slavery?
Come on, that was for
You're welcome.
business.
That's all I'm saying. You're welcome.
And slavery was not ended. My grandmother was picking cotton.
Are you a slave?
Yes, I'm a slave. I'm a slave here
Are you
today.
freely on your own accord live streaming?
I can't record everything.
Yeah, okay, so you're here.
I'm here. I'm here. I ain't free. I ain't free. I ain't free.
There are going to be more Americans. We're going to be coming up here. If you guys are up here, that's fine. You'll outnumber us. You'll have more. We understand. But across this whole country, people are disgusted with what we're seeing in this state. So again, you're the ones in the bubble. We're not. And more people are getting upset.
In
More
the
people are
bubble?
getting
This ain't the
angry.
NBA.
And it's going to be hard when people can't go to work. Have a great day, sir. Have a great day. But when people can't go to work at Home Depot anymore, we're going to thank President Trump. When there's people who aren't living here on Section 8 that are here legally in the country that don't pay any taxes and are being parasitic,
Your people
we're gonna
go and
thank
hire
President
the people at Home
Trump.
Depot,
Hold
and your people call in
Illegal
sick.
aliens. Illegal aliens. Illegal aliens. Illegal aliens.
41% of people on Section 8 are white. They're Caucasians. They're not. There's like a 3 or 4% that are
What
Mexican.
percentage of the
You're
country
giving
is
a
white?
horrible statistic
What
because you
percentage
can't
of the
read a
country is white?
book.
What percentage of the country is white? 57%. So actually,
You're talking about Section 8. You're talking
We're talking about per
about
capita. We're talking about total numbers, man. The total numbers. You guys do way more. You guys do way more.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm telling you to look at the census data, though. 57% of the country's white.
You just
Only
said Section 8.
41%
You were
of
just saying
Section 8
Section 8.
are
If you're
white there. So
going to
that's below the
dispute,
national
let it be
level.
like
That's below the national level of whites in the country. That's fine. We know you disagree. We know disagree.
This guy just got upset and came way over here, so cause some problems.
He stole that. He stole my pitchfork. He stole my pitchfork.
The child. What about that?
So you guys can steal. You start. Hey, you keep chasing me in my car. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
This ain't peaceful.
It's all right. It's okay.
This
You
ain't
know, we're
peaceful.
gonna call it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No le matamos. No le lumbre. No le lumbre.
Hey, you keep chasing me in my car. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, that's fine.
This ain't peaceful.
It's all right. It's okay.
This
You
ain't
know, we're
peaceful.
gonna call it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No le matamos. No le lumbre. No le lumbre.
Okay. See, this is why people want you guys deported. This is why people want things like Santa Ana deported. What's going to happen? You're crying on TV. Oh my God, they're taking us all the way. We're done. Yeah, ICE is coming. Stephen Miller's coming. Tom Hummel's coming. No.
You don't mind that. This is my people's land. This tattoo is because my family is on this dirt. My family's on this dirt. You came over here and you took it. You want to say we're criminals? You're the criminal. Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. He discovered shit. We were here.
He was a rapist also.
We've been here. You can go back.
He was a hero. He was a rapist also.
No. And I already explained that. California was only part of Mexico for 25 years. Before that, it was part of Spain.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, actually, do you know when Spain got independence? Can you tell me when Spain got independence? No, so you don't know. You don't even know your history. Spain got independence in 1821. You can fact check me. Spain got independence in 1821. Who's heard of the Grito of Dolores, Miguel Hidalgo? Have any of you? Spain got independence. No, so you don't know. You don't even know your history. Spain got independence in 1821. You can fact check me. Spain got independence in 1821. Who's heard of the Grito of Dolores, Miguel Hidalgo? Have any of you?
We've been there, we've
No,
done that.
yeah, you don't know.
We've had that
That's okay. Have a good
conversation.
day. Have a good day.
What do you
Okay.
think about the millions of dollars that are paid into Social Security by people immigrants?
That's not true. That's not true.
I can tell you.
That's not true.
I can tell you
That's
that
not true.
fucking hand.
Illegal aliens take far more out in benefits than they provide to
How?
this country.
They don't
You guys
get
actually no.
They don't get that
Think about this.
shit.
How many?
My man got something large in his arm.
I'm honest. Illegal aliens are a net drain on this country, and we want them deported. That's my side.
They pay
We want them
$21
deported.
billion
We don't want
in
illegal aliens
taxes.
here. We don't want
They
illegal
get
aliens
no
here.
taxes.
We don't.
Wash your own.
We will. That's fine. Hey, we made it along. We made it along just fine before you guys arrived. We made it along just fine. We made it along just fine. We made it along just fine.
You don't want the shit that we do.
USA! 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 USA!
All right, now, as you see how turned up it got, if you are listening to that guy, you listen to his standpoint, you're going to say that this dude is racist. You have a lot of educated Hispanics and other races out there. If you watch my video, I have an hour, and well, it was actually 2 hours. I just hopped up the speed, so it's to 1 hour and 36 minutes there of nothing but educated discussions going on. And I've been watching you guys sit up here online and just seeing whatever your best buddies say, and then trying to just talk a lot of stuff. But you guys cannot go and get it into a discussion with anyone who is out there doing the damn thing. And talk about the money coming in and everything else. Oh, you guys send money back. Why can't you send money back to your family? White people say that we create generational wealth, but can nobody else have generational wealth? The hell is wrong with that picture right there? It's only good for Asians, because if you guys look at the richest families in the whole world, you take out Montu Mintu, who was the richest man in the whole world, a black dude who walked around with thousands of people and had that much more money than everybody else. You take him out, and other kings of Africa who had all the gold and everything else that they had there, they were living like kings, walking with tigers and having them as pets. You take them all out, and then you look at the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, you look at all these people who have all the money like that, and you will see that they want to go ahead. Look at the Lees. Look at all this stuff. It has to do with, look at the Emirates. Look at the Arabs. Look at Saudi Arabia. Look at all this. They want to try to say, well, we're separating all this stuff. A lot of you guys don't pay attention, and you guys don't pick up a book. Now, you heard that guy and figured out that that guy right there sounds like he is racist as I don't know what right there. But I'm going to let you guys hear this. And I want to hear if you guys think that this is right talk, because this was said by people that actually have communicated with me and everything and how they feel. So this is how they feel about my family. Listen to this. Now, I'm not saying what someone is, but if your ideas float along the same branch and you say it out of your own mouth, then you are riding that wave also. Listen to this. Same attitude.
This next clip is going to be done in fair use. We will be speaking about these protests, what's going on, and how America is showing its true color. We're going to watch the entire clips that I put together. Then I'm going to speak about this, and there will be an open link, open dialogue for anyone who wants to get involved. Once again, this is done in fair use. Strictly for criticism and educational purposes only. You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Before it hits zero and that light turns green, then you shoot them with the rubber bullets so they move. That's how it would be. Like, get out of the road. Move.
I think at the southern border, we should just have a bunch of machine guns hooked up to AI, and if anybody tries to cross the border, just shoot them.
Hey, that's how I've thought that for the longest time.
Automatic, like the machine shoots them, not a human, you know?
Put some Gatling guns on top, kind of like RoboCop. Stick those motherfuckers on turrets. And if they get a certain distance,
why do we need to use those bullets, man?
I personally wish I could put that on my car. These fucking people driving around here.
Machine guns on my fucking car.
Yeah, James Bond, my shit. In the chat. You want to come over here and let's educate. Try to have a civilized conversation since I'm being, shouldn't be making assumptions. We'll put it there. There's the link. Hello again, Denise. How you doing? Pedro is so anti-American. I want to be stands with those protesters. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of Trump derangement syndrome going over there. But we're here to have an open conversation.
Like more of an American value than other Americans. And it doesn't make sense that we're like, oh, let's, we should get rid of some of the people that are here, quite honestly. Quite
Yeah,
frankly.
but you're not acting like a true American when you're sending 75% of your wages out of country to other people in other countries. You're not acting like an American citizen. Yeah, this might sound fucked up. Of course, I don't want people leeching off the system. But unfortunately, as a privilege of being an American citizen, you get the privileges of that system. Yes, in any system, people are going to abuse it. That's no doubt about that. But now we have a bunch of, 10 to 20 million illegals abusing the system as well. And the ones that are working in the system are sending 75% of their dollars elsewhere. So the economy isn't doing, here, I'll give you another, no, we got to start. These laws started being placed here, and laws changed throughout the years. So maybe when the laws first started, yes, more than welcome to come, easy process, blah, blah, blah. But laws will change over a period of time. So to sit there and say, oh, let's go back in time, you can't go back in time. We got to use the current laws that we have on the books to be able to enforce the law. You can't enforce the laws we have on the books now if we want to live in the past when the laws were changed 1700.
Yeah, but it's not about living in the past. It's about knowing the history and knowing people's plights that don't look like maybe you and me. I think that's important and irrelevant, because in this country, not that long ago, women couldn't vote, people of color couldn't vote, people of certain ethnicities couldn't own land and property, and it gave them a big disadvantage. Would you agree about that? It hasn't been that long that those things were true in this country.
Nobody currently living in the United States has any disadvantage at my period. There's no privilege that I have as a white man, that you have as a Hispanic man, that anybody has as a black man. There is no special privileges. What I can do, any black man can do, any legal Hispanic can do, any legal Chinese person can do. That is the lamest ass excuses I hear. They're being held back. No, the laws were changed, and from that point on, they have always had the same advantages as everybody else.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying from that point on, but you had generations before. Okay, when somebody can't own land and other people could, that is a significant advantage of the lineage of a generation of your family tree. A significant advantage. Would you agree or disagree?
Well, of course there's going to be advantages.
That's significant.
We have a country that was founded by whites. The settlers were white. We have a country settled. The slavery was brought over, which brought the black people here. Okay, yes. Of course, you're going to have some disadvantages, but as the world is currently, there is no disadvantage. Everybody is on an equal playing field right now. What happened with black people prior to the 1950s that's holding them back now? What happened prior to
Jim Crow laws, not being able to have land, not being able to vote, being hung from trees? Anything else? Like what are you talking about?
Okay, but that was all. That's all in the that was.
That's not that long ago, Roy. That's 3 generations, 2-3 generations. That's not that long.
When was Jim Crow changed?
The 50s.
Okay, so that shit was changed in the 50s. We're talking now, 70 years later. We're 70 years later. Okay, we can't blame what happened 70 years ago.
I'm not blaming
it.
I'm not blaming it or giving.
Now, let's talk about and get into some more things that Pedro asked. Talking about Jim Crow, you're the same age as my brother right there, which means that my mom and your mom are probably around the same age, which means that we was around during all that. Like that dude Thunder over there on Mr. Flex's channel. That dude's been around to see all that stuff right there. They put in place, they wanted blacks to have their own thing. Then they start saying, what you guys like to say, per capita, blacks start having their own stuff and having their own generational wealth. My grandfather was one of them. The first black man in the state of California that had a license to buy and sell guns. We were the first black family to attend Linwood High School. We broke the color barrier there. Owned 3 businesses that all the white men would go to and eat his food and have him teach them how to fish and everything. They had it so well, the black people are moving up and doing good. Guess what they did? They flew planes into our Black Wall Street because they said you're moving up at a faster rate than when we thought you were actually going to move up. So now guess what we're going to do? We're going to start bringing in alcohol and other things and putting them into the neighborhood. Start arresting you guys, raping and pillaging. That stuff still goes on now to this day. We bring up all these cases of black dudes can't even jog in their area. We've seen guys like J.B. Gunner. I interviewed the dude. There's been cases where people have been chopped up as black people, been chased. I've been chased by skinheads with bats and chains. I've had to get them up with a gang of them. It happens still to this day. In the South, it's like that. That's why the Confederate flag has such a big issue. And a lot of them want to hold on to that. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys. I've traveled the country by driving. You guys know how many places that you drive through where you go through it, and it's like this white family right here has these 35 acres. They got 60 acres of land that they are spreading out to their family that they can spread and have and pass out. Well, let's go ahead and give this one to Jimbo. Let's do all this and all that. That happens to this day. They went and took a lot of the black people's land. Well, you can't have this land. It's adjacent to this person's land. So we gonna go ahead and lynch you. They've been doing lynchings and things still to this day. So to think that it's not happening, that is dead wrong right there. That is dead wrong. It's been going on for a long time. It's set up systematically. You go into they separate people by color by putting them into being Freemasons and all this other stuff. But if you look at the judicial system, who are most of the judges? Who are most of the district attorneys? Who are the people that are patrolling the beat as the police officers? Who are the people that are in charge of doing what they got to do? That's why I go out there being a First Amendment auditor and going out there speaking the same thing to them bad cops. They throw you in jail for no reason for that money just to get that shit thrown out. This happens nonstop, and for people to not understand that is crazy. And to say that, oh, it's all the same, everyone's equal. No. After they put the liquor stores in, they brought in crack cocaine. And then they made the inner city with the black and the brown try to fight each other to then say that these are the troubled people. But guess what? They were selling majority of that crack to the white dudes who were the same ones putting them in jail for all the crimes. I don't think you guys understand that. Then you said, well, someone is doing crack, he can't go home and see his kids because now, if let's do it like this. White women were huge beneficiaries of getting benefits, state aid, doing that, being able to go to college and everything. Once the white woman was able to go to school and get an education, the white man will go and manipulate her and say, you're going to be the secretary, and we gonna go ahead and make sure that we gonna do everything sexual to you so that you are still under us. So now your vote is still going to go towards us. A lot of you guys don't want to talk about this stuff because you guys didn't pay attention in class. You guys were getting passed because maybe the teacher was your cousin. Y'all be getting mad at a lot of this stuff. And then it always ends up going back to black, but then it goes back to brown, and then it goes to Native Americans. But then what about the Polish people, right? What about the Polish people in Chicago? What about the Red Dot Indians? Manjeet, Sandeep, Mr. Singh, the ones who are the main doctors and everything because their mathematical skills are superior. What European, white, Americans, and everybody else want to do is say, we are going to conquer. We're going to use the iron fist. We will use atomic bombs and then say that nobody else can have them. A lot of this stuff happens every single day. So for people, when people say, do you know how it feels to walk in the same shoes as somebody else? A lot of you guys don't know because you were able to face the reality like that lady who walked away because she moved into an area 6 months ago and said that they spray painted on my wall and they did this and they shouldn't be doing this. Well, you move to an area to where it's predominantly Hispanics and they run the businesses and everything. Don't you know that La M A is all down there? Some of them places is paying taxes to them. So when you go in there and sort of do all this other stuff, guess what they go do? Gentrify this. Whoop, whoop, tag it up. That's what they go do. So don't get mad at reality because you ain't have to face it your whole life. Then go try to tell me about things. And Sam Lee out there talking about Tustin. Okay, there's a bunch of places. I went to high school with Christopher Dornan in the richest, smallest city in America, La Palma, which sits on the borderline of Norwalk, which sits on the borderline of Lakewood. Long Beach is right there. Cerritos is right there. What y'all talking about? Before you got to get into Anaheim and Buena Park and Santa Ana and Garden Grove, where all your homies is at, Sam. Little Saigon is in Westminster. It's okay for them to have Westminster because you say that they are more productive than Hispanics. Man, I go through all these white neighborhoods driving, and all you see is Hispanics and all of the major apartment complexes, luxury homes. That's who they hire to do everything, and they say we love our Hispanics. They will hire them and put them to work. They ain't putting them on contracts and things like that. They saying, well, shoot, the work that you putting in, if a white man was doing it, would be like $100,000. I'll give you 75. And they pay him the money. And guess what happens? They say, do you know someone else that can do the work good like that? And guess what happens? Yeah, I got family members and friends who I can bring in here. I can go to San Bernardino County right now to where the ranches are and look who maintains the ranches. It's Hispanics who maintain the ranches with all those huge Clydesdale horses and everything. The white man not out there doing that. The white man goes and buys the tractor. The Mexican fixes it. Mexicans do a whole lot. Hispanics do a whole lot. You guys are eating products that come from these places, and then you guys mess it up. I got some carne asada. That's not even how you say it. But you guys want to eat the tacos. You want to talk about the trips you guys take to TJ. You guys want to have a place in Rosarito and Ensenada and all these places because you want to see them be cool. But then you want to go ahead and kick out the person that built you the house down there. No one has been on the moon. Everybody out there talking shit and getting mad at certain races because they send money back to their family and they choose to speak their own language with their own. That's how you keep who you are and what your people are. You keep that within and then you pass that on to generations. My family has a language that we speak that I'm not even going to put out here right now. Well, some people get around us and be like, damn, what the hell y'all saying? Some of y'all gonna be starting lives right now to talk about what I'm talking about. Talk about it. People can get on other shits and try to say, let's go ahead and do this and talk about that. Let's have these conversations. These conversations need to be had. Some people aren't educated enough to have them, though. Someone said that, yeah, this place was built all off of white people, so therefore white people are going to get most of the benefits and everything because it was built off on us. Well, if that's the case, then that just says that you're prejudiced towards everybody else. And you don't want to give nobody else a shot. Look at who's been the presidents, the governors. Look at who. Look at who hangs out with Epstein. They use Puffy as the token. He didn't need no island. But check this out. Leonardo DiCaprio and Austin Kutcher and all them people that was hanging there, they ain't even in the country right now. They doing that Wesley Snipes. You know why? Because they were there when the devil was hanging around. Come on now. Why you think the Pope has, go check out the map, he has alien beings on his robe. I'm not going to tell y'all where to do your research, but go do your research and go look at what's going on with all that. You have your own continent. It's a backwards, war-torn shithole from the bottom to the top. Well, you're a damn lie because the whole continent has different countries where a lot of people have gone there because of all the diamonds, the gold, and not to mention how smart black people are. Africa's not a shithole. South Africa, they tried to get down there to go work off the Cape because of how you can do trades and everything else like that. A lot of you guys don't even know that blacks were over here. They were already over here in the States, in this North American land, because they were doing trades with the Native Americans. That's why the Native Americans have on their walls. Why you think people are dark as hell on their walls? Then they try to bring up, well, look at what happens with all you black people in Haiti and the Dominican and Puerto Rico. You tried to put us on rocks in the middle of the ocean and say that you can never leave. And if you go to these places, you will see that the fancy resort is ran by all black people who was catering to everybody else who's not black because they are still treated as slaves. Tell me I'm wrong. Americans don't want to do the jobs that these other people do. Americans are lazy as hell. Then you have Americans that are pissed off at the lazy Americans because of what their family had to go through. A lot of you guys don't even understand that. Crazy as hell. Let's let me and my daughter get it cracking real quick. I had to let my daughter get some shine. So what does it say? What the Italians over there are not the revenue that kill people. They kill each other all day long over there. You think that only happens in the hood? No, it happens over time throughout all of humanity. What are you talking about? And then over here in the States, the Italian mob was doing their thing. They was getting mad because blacks was cutting into their profits because they was nickel and diming it out. Or you think Bumpy Johnson and Frank Lucas and all them dudes was like, they was like, oh, we got to stop them. But all the bootlegging and prohibition and all that, the Italians were all on that. Gangsters. The Irish mob, another group. Now, if we break this down into motorcycle clubs and break it down into different Nazi groups and things that's all over the states. We can go ahead and do all that too. If America is so great, why are there motorcycle clubs that do all the bad stuff too? You got to ask yourself that question. Skinheads exist. Huntington Beach is the skinhead capital of the United States, right here in North County. You guys ever see American History X? That shit real. I knew dudes who got curved. Y'all saying this stuff don't happen. Happens all the time in America. The Mississippi Six was a group of 6 white police officers who brutally beat a black dude because he was a roommate of a white person. And the minute I brought that up, they were talking about, well, what about black on black crime? I was like, wow. My place was closed. I would have had on my Mexican hat. The deliveries got us right here in Irvine. So me trying to get somebody over here to talk, to try to say something would be ridiculous. We got some Asians over there, though. Asians is like, woo, they ain't on us. The Arabs is like, woo, we got a little break right now, even though the graduations that just happened, was nobody cheering for the Arab people at all. I asked the white lady about, how do you feel about them taking people from their graduations and taking them out of here? She says she's against that. How somebody gonna be at one of the happiest times in their whole life and you gonna say, well, yep, you got it, now you're gone. You ain't gonna use that brain around here to start a business. You ain't doing that. Y'all go ahead and check out the videos I put on us. Out there on the front lines, me speaking to the National Guard, me doing all of that on the front line, getting the interviews done. Everybody talking some major shit. He didn't call it the one dude to Chester. I've been saying that for a long time. He ain't heard the last bit of me. I'm gonna keep giving it to him. They out there shooting us with stuff like this. Defense technology. Now, my uncle has super clearance. He designs military defense that they are using for our global protection here in the United States. Intercepting things, designing planes and all of that. 40 millimeter. Part number 6325. Exact impact. I don't see none of y'all out there with none of this stuff for show and tell. I've been off my meds past couple of days and decided to get back on them. This is my blood pressure medicine. I don't take my pain meds. I don't take them at all. I say F them. I do everything the other way. Harley, Ava is shopping. Yeah. What they do with the pharmaceutical industry. They just want to dope kids up, dope people up nonstop. We are one voice. It says we are one voice, one people, one race. And if we stand together, no one will dare to stand against us. This is the problem with this country, is so we are all divided. Yes. Everybody can throw things into the pot to help out everyone because everyone can't do everything. You need everyone to have this thing go on. And check this out. They say America is the melting pot, right? Why are they mad? Because the melting pot really exists. Why are they mad? Because the melting pot really exists. We ain't want nobody to really melt. We want everybody just to stand there and be cold to each other. When you bring some warmness in, some people being warm to each other, you soften up the heart and people start to figure out, oh man, yeah, you good. How many times you hear white people say, man, I'm not racist? I've had many black friends growing up. The only time you really hear them talk about it, yeah, man, when we go play sports, I always got to bring my man over here. I got to go to my man for his ribs and his food. You ain't talking about how invented the light bulb or the stoplight or brain surgery or things like that. You ain't talking about, yeah, got to go get in for the, how about for this holistic healing? You ain't doing that. I like your channel, and everybody, you're right. I've been listening to you. Everybody just so busy assigning blame, pointing the finger at everybody else. That's exactly what's going on. And I have done controversial interviews. I have done a lot of things just so I can bring what's really going on out. I will put myself in dangerous front lines just so people can understand some stuff. We in here. I'm HotFacts and I'm with the people. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be black. My wife is proud to be a Mexican, Peruvian, and Italian American. I got friends who are proud to be Asian Americans. You can be proud to be an American. But to be a proud American, you got to be proud to love everybody else. Calling Asians the C word and calling Arab the name of Johnny Speed Racer's friend. You guys watch the cartoon. You know what I'm talking about. I put up a lot. And I'm out there really with the people. And I don't change my stance on anything. Bruce Lee said you got to be like water. You got to be able to adapt to whatever is out there. Not be so stubborn that you want to put yourself out there to be in the same category as that person that I played, the dude that I almost got into a fight with. You know, I almost got into a fight with this dude. Look. Let's hear some thunder sounds first. I almost got into a fight with this dude. Watch this.
Send you back. We're gonna send you back. We're gonna send you back. We're gonna send you back. I'm waiting. I'm ready. I'm ready. We're gonna send you back. We're gonna send you back. We're gonna send you back. Why are you okay with that? 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 Why are you okay with that?
Don't let them drown you out.
Why are you okay with that? Why are you okay with that? Why are you okay with that? Whoa, are you seeing this? Whoa, talk to your father. 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 You're not mad at your dad. Your dad needs to give you a hug. I hope your dad gives you a hug. Oh, wow, you seeing that? Wow, just try to kick me. You're a savage animal. Talk to your father. You're a savage animal. You're a savage animal.
Her father could probably whoop your ass.
Huh?
Her father could probably whoop your ass.
Yeah, I know. Everyone can whip my ass, huh?
Probably so.
Everyone, yeah?
Not everyone.
No,
That's a statement.
Yeah.
I like majority.
What?
Majority.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, majority.
Yeah, mushmouth.
Mushmouth.
Yeah, okay.
No, I stutter.
Yeah.
Born with it.
I don't stutter.
I do.
I don't.
But I do.
I have great European genes. I don't
You have great European genes. You got your blue eyes.
Yeah,
I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. You love your race. Mutual combat. Smash your face.
You know what? I'm proud. I'm proud of white people. I'm proud of our contribution to this country. I'm proud of the fact we built this country. Actually, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say it. I love this country. I love George Washington.
Now, he was a rapist also.
Yeah, I love this country. I love George Washington. I love the European settlers.
You love all the rapists.
I love the fact that we are a part of European civilization. Yes, and you and I, we will deport you. We will deport you. The MAGA movement, President Trump, we're going to deport you guys. We're going to deport you. Yes, we are. We're going to deport you. We're going to deport you for now.
You're so lucky I'm civilized. You're so lucky I'm civilized, man. You're so lucky I'm civilized, G. You're so lucky I'm civilized. You're so lucky I'm civilized. You are so lucky I'm civilized. People like me, like what? Like what? Like what? Like what? Unruly? I'm civilized, G. I'm civilized, G. Lay one hand on me, you'll see what it is. You'll see what it is.
I'm not worried about you.
You'll see what it is.
I'm not worried about you, bro.
Well, let's do mutual combat.
I'm not doing anything with you.
Let's do mutual combat.
Now you want to tell me fight, you don't know how to
let's do
words.
mutual
You don't know how to
combat.
words.
All right.
I didn't fight you.
Yeah.
It's all right, but it's okay. It's okay. You guys are the boss.
You guys like combat and conquering, taking over, right?
We did. We did a good job.
All right. Well, yeah. All right.
So wait, why don't you avenge it? Do it right now. There's nothing but errant opportunity between
There ain't nothing but errant opportunity.
I'm not afraid.
There's nothing but errant
I'm
opportunity.
not hitting the head with the skateboard, bro. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of you.
I don't care about a
I ain't afraid of you.
skateboard.
I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid. We're here standing. I ain't afraid. Then, but you were talking about slaughtering people.
I did. You put
You
that shit in
did.
my mouth
How
like you
so?
did everything
How so?
else. I never
You
said
said
that.
I forced you to say.
He was telling me it ain't nothing but space and opportunity, and I told him the same. I'm holding the camera. I told him let's do mutual combat. I know what words to use. Let's partake in mutual combat. Now I want you guys to know that there is someone that has like almost 4 million subs, and someone that he was watching was following me around while doing that. So forget his name. Flex says Reese made Am something's channel, but that guy right there had someone following me around. So I was the focal point of his channel there because I'm on the front line. We gonna be up out of here now, y'all. A lot of people don't want to actually take the stand and say what they got to say. When you play someone else's words and it sounds like someone that is so radical's words, you got to now try to figure out how are they going to separate themselves from not being like that. That's all it is. But hey, to each his own. I feel like listening to a black French dude right now. I think I should. Man. Let's play it. I was debating on playing my own shit, but my man got nice smooth sound.
Bitch, ça fait très très longtemps que j'y pense à comment se mettre bien, moi j'ai pas ton élan.
N'écoute jamais les hontis qui jactent n'ont pas vu la vie au travers de ton monde. J'ai beau parler dans leur langue, mais faut croire qu'ils n'entendent que le langage de la violence. Je me faufile.
What's up, Necro?
Tu m'as pas vu bégayer quand fallait passer le lent. Sans caracher quand t'as négro, j'ai choisi mes modèles, c'est fiable comme un moteur allemand. En indé sans cara, sans chicot, et je fais qu'écro bien plus que les grands de t'écran. J'étais ma baille, ils sont pas concentrés. J'attends pas la passe, ils peuvent pas s'entrer. Je bande, on me parle pas de pas années. On n'est pas venu ici pour se pavaner. Rembatassé, j'ai me cessé. Je tourne la poignée, je frasse le temps. Je roule comme si quelqu'un m'attend.
My man is talking about, he's singing about getting it. But we gonna be out of here like this.
Hot facts. With Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. The gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Hot facts.